Okay, this little video for the school really, but I suppose other people are interested as well. It's all to do with animals. This is the first time that I'm going to be sort of confronted with wild animals, if you like, and reindeer are singularly the biggest scare that you've got. They won't attack, but what they will do, they're quite big animals as well, and I'll end up seeing hundreds and hundreds of these. They run onto the road, and they run onto the road in herds. They run across the road to get to the other side, so therefore they got no common sense whatsoever, and if one hits me, I'm going to get badly injured, and so will the poor reindeer, and equally if he runs out in front of me and I can't steer fast away from him, then I'm going to hit him, and again we're both going to get hurt, so not very nice. In addition to reindeer, there's an awful lot of moose. If you've never seen a moose, especially if you've never seen a moose loose in a hoose, but a moose is a huge animal, and they're not scared of us. They're not like cows and cattle that'll sort of just wander away. If you're confronted by a moose, he will quite happily attack you. He's a big animal. I would say pretty close to twice the size of a cow. Big animal. So have a look at those on your internet or your books or whatever. Moose, I see lots of them. I did last year when I was up these ways, but this time I'm going an awful lot higher, a lot more north than I was last year or the year before. So the other thing they have up here is lots of bears, but you don't see bears very often. They are pretty nervous animals, and they keep away from you. The only time that you've got a nasty situation with a bear is if you corner one or trap one, or if you were playing with one of the baby cubs. Obviously mummy bear or daddy bear ain't going to like that, so therefore you're not going to be in a nice position for that. But an interesting guy I met last year who really was very knowledgeable. He was a bit of a Crocodile Dundee type person, and what he said was where I was camping, he said that there are bears in that area, and he said what you've got to remember is, he said, they will know that you are there. And he was quite serious. That was quite interesting. He said so they will just move away until you move away. So if you're there for a night, following day they can come back to where they live or whatever, he said, but they will be very much aware of my movements. And finally, and these are only the animals that I know about. I'm quite sure there's an awful lot more up here that you need to be a bit wary of, but finally the ones that I am aware of, and again I heard them plenty of times in the middle of the night, wolves. Not so much in Finland, but they do exist in Finland, and Finland is the most interesting country anyway, because it's a huge country, and its only real border, I mean, it's got a small border to Sweden right at the top, but its main border is with Russia. So you've got something like 2,000 miles border with Russia, and let's face it, we all know that Russia has got all sorts of wild animals, so there's no real reason why the likes of wolves and big bears as well as small bears, they'd be knocking around there as well. Anyway, there you go, that's Finland. Beautiful country, very interesting, and I'm very excited just because I'm going up to Santa's land.